it's an Ag and Him seed. It feels like it's been an Ag seed for a while now.
Okay, we are seeing 3 people going up to Sanctuary where they find a normal bug while the other Saboteur heads and gets a heart container from Link's out.
That being a bottle, it's actually good. Well, at least the bottle is good going into Kakariko.
Yeah, fortunately it's not a good B, so they can't sell that to get bomb money and ball of merchant money, stuff like that. But we did see the map.
Least, yeah.
Yes,
I was going to say, so you can at least check the ticket, but yeah, 3 normal crystals? Or what did you say?
Yeah, 3 normal crystals in the light worlds. That puts us up that we have higher chance of either getting to skip Turtle Rock, Mystery Mire, or Eastern Palace, which is one of those palaces that people don't like. And yeah, blue mail there on the mushroom spot.
And I don't think Lumberjack had anything.
Oh yeah, I mean Ice Palace, not Eastern. They're pretty close name-wise. They're both
pretty much the same dungeon, right?
Yeah, they're both on the east side of Hyrule. And looking at the race game, didn't look like there was anything there either. And going up to the library, we find the lamp.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, because that could mean that we can see the boots early on.
Yeah, that is an interesting location for the lamp. Well, in the next update, there's gonna be a lot of interesting places where the lamp can be.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it definitely feels like with that up. Yeah, that was Bombos. And the Seekid has some bombs. So that is very nice for our runners.
Yeah, if you're heading into Kakariko without any bombs, just go with that bottle to the sick kid.
Yeah. And as I was saying, with the lamp can be in the next update, it makes so that execution will be another part of every seed.
Yeah, and there was a glove and what was it? The glove and something else in here. It was the red boomerang in Blind's hideout.
Red boomerang is the bad boomerang. Changed my mind.
But it's magical, Angles. It's magical.
I'm more of a science kind of guy. But yeah, it was very nice 300 rupee there in Blind's hut as well, making sure so they can get their bombs and ball of merchant checks. But we found silvers down there in Kakariko.
Yeah, so we're not doing silver lads today.
Yeah, so pretty decent Kakariko so far of what we have seen.
Pretty decent, but it still doesn't really open up anything right now.
The only thing that really unlocks with that glove is sequence breaks.
Yeah, sequence breaking. It looks like maybe we'll see some sequence breaks early on if anybody wants to go to. Well, we can now open up the back of Escape, right? So.
Okay. So, there is a question here in the chat about why we are talking about the exciting new thing about the lamp. Well, the lamp can be behind dark rooms who have the torches in them that you can light up with a fire rod. So you can find lamp on Armos, you can find it down in a few of the rooms in Pod, for example.
I actually really enjoy that new update with stuff like that, because that can open up so much stuff. So it's going to be very interesting in the future.
Yeah, it definitely brings up the difficulty of the game a little bit, but it is not that huge because we already see a lot of the runners do those type of strats already, and a few ones just don't care and do it completely blind.
Yeah, of course. So it could be It wouldn't really change that much, maybe, but we will see later on when it's been out for a while.
Yeah, and other than that, I don't know any really more changes, but I heard it is gonna be a chunky update. So it's gonna be interesting to see what more is gonna come.
It's going to be interesting for sure, because it will be really cool to see at least. But yeah, right now the Kakariko didn't have that much progression right now, so let's see the Bank of Escape.
Yes. And yeah, it was just a hard container there on Lumberjack. At the same time, Saboteur running down to south.
And Bank of Escape got Piece of Heart, 3 bombs, and a sword. First sword.
That's gonna be useful once we head over to Mini Moldorm, making it just a little bit more safer to get that and not throw away all of your bombs.
But
and then we have
there's
the
the
boots
boots.
in the dam. What a toe!
Well, everybody that likes early boots will love this seed.
Well, a few of our runners are not going there quite yet, but yeah, finding that early boots very nice. We'll be able to go and pick up the lamp, and that means we have access to Death Mountain.
Yeah.
And also a few the last chest in Eastern, basically.
We can also check that Dark Cross in the castle if we want to, but I don't think that will have anything, depending on the key logic. Maybe, we don't know yet, so...
Well, we'll have to see. And those mini monos are not very nice to Saboteur.
Yeah, those Moldormers can be very trolly sometimes.
Yeah. We found the single arrow of destiny in mini modem, some more 300, some piece of heart, and another piece of heart. So that is basically our Sora cave.
Yeah, it's pretty dry so far, but look at Fear Agent, he's going to check out the front of Escape.
It's understandable, they got an early sword, and they found a hammer there, so that's definitely very useful to check.
Yeah, now it's just that moon pearl away from Dark Rule access.
Yeah. Oh, I remember now one of the other features that comes in the next up. The option to turn off hints as that's as flippers in Ice Rod. That is very well placed.
That's a good spot for the flippers, so no trolley flippers this seed.
Yeah.
And with all that Sora money, we can just go and check Sora without the sequence breaking.
But look at that, Saboteur not even caring that we got the flippers, just gonna use that water walk instead.
I like that one.
Who needs flippers anyway?
Yeah, who needs flippers when you can run on water? Like, there is no point doing it.
I think I got a new nickname. Oh, and the flute, giving us even more access to Death Mountain. And we found the Gudu Boomerang in second chest in Escape.
I'm just saying, with all these fast travel items, we have boots, we have flippers, we can do all the water warps, and we got the flute now. It's going to be pretty fast, I think, unless there's some really trolly item.
Yeah, we only need hookshot, and then we have all of the movement items. And moving over to Waterfall Cave, Saboteur is gonna find that bead cane and another sword.
I mean, this seed is really giving out items left, center, and forward. Like, oh my god.
Yeah. And we have also learned that there's a small key in the Dark Cross, so our runners will not have to check that.
Oh, that's nice to just skip out on Dark Cross.
Yeah, absolutely. But what does the king of all scammers have today? Aww. A life lesson.
I mean, that would have been a little bit too good if too good to be true if Sora gave us anything good after this loadout of items we have got right now.
With what we have, I would have expected to see Moon Pearl, if I'm honest.
I mean, that would be fun to see on Sora.
Yeah, but right now it is probably up on the mountain or pyramid.
I mean, could be in Sarashala's closet as well.
Yeah, but I'm not seeing anything over in Eastern. I'm just trying to figure out where the funnest places is.
I mean, it would be fun to see it on Pyramid, just because
Yeah.
we're lacking that Moon Pearl right now. We have Hammer and all that good items, so...
So, where is OK Guy going? OK Guy is not gonna go up to East. I thought he was gonna be our first runner up there. That's a shame. We have Bonk Rocks for Saboteur, only finds himself some arrows there. You know, you get these times when you just wish that you signed up for the race instead of doing commentary. This is one of those times because this seed is loaded so.
Yeah, right now it's really good. I would like all these good items. It's real nice just... real nice for the runners.
Absolutely. And Saboteur activating his flute is gonna make his way up to the mountain shortly, or over to desert where Ilius currently is.
Really nice, just check out Agina really fast, early on.
Just a red rupee, and Saboteur remembering where the lamp was, so he's gonna go and pick that one up.
Yeah, right now we do actually have Agni, like, in full logic.
Yep. You will have to hope for the pearl on the pyramid for that.
Yeah, that's the only item missing, like, that could be why we need to do Aghanim right now.
Yeah. And a nice spin speed there from the OK Guy. But yeah, Saboteur up on the mountain, rescuing the old man.
Pretty silly of that old man to just go in there and be like half through the mountain and be like, oh, I forgot my lamp.
Yeah. Yeah, imagine if this lamp was actually the old man's. He forgot it when he was late night on library reading stuff.
And old man just some 10 arrows.
Well, he's gonna have to defend himself somehow when he's in the dark cave.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we have not learned how to just throw them, so for us they are useless at the moment. And there we have Fire Rod on top of Spectacle Rock.
Yeah, we gotta need that mirror.
3, 2, 1, and we have not Dark Well access.
So right now that Moon Pearl has to be on the east side of Hyrule.
Yeah, either in Shahazala's closet or in Eastern Palace. And considering that one is a crystal, our runners didn't want that because they wanted to find the bow before going over there.
Oh yeah, for sure, but if they don't have any other like locations to check, they might have to dip in.
Yeah. Imagine if you would Galaxy Brain that Moon Pearl is actually on Pyramid and just skip Eastern.
I mean, that would have been a really good gamble, but there's the shovel. 50 rupees and 20 rupees, so fetch quests.
We are starting out our fetch quests with the shovel today.
I guess that shovel will be the last spot, unless OK guy is just out of there. He's going to check that shovel location.
Yeah, he can just flute back to 5, because that also puts him closer to where you would enter Eastern. So doing shovel now is perfectly understandable.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Ooh, a nice bomb there as well. Oh, I just love that. Oh, there is the mirror for Fire Rod and Hera. And
Well,
Hera
that's
is
all good.
beatable at the moment as well.
And also, east side of Death Mountain is completely open now with that mirror in hand.
Yeah.
At least for Fear Agent.
Fear Agent Ilius will have that luxury.
It wouldn't surprise me one bit if when we reach the, depending on wherever we find a hookshot, if we need to do swamp battles, we pretty much have all the items, except the hookshot to clear it out.
Yeah. Well, at least OK guy and the Saboteur is gonna get a very good weapon.
And Illis is actually our first runner inside of Eastern Palace.
Nice. There are a total of 3 items in here that he could possibly find. We have to see what though. And we also learned from Fear Agent there that our green pendant in Swamp Palace today.
Yeah, Swamp Palace a green pendant.
Yeah, you know those 6 items in there? Well, now there are 7. Yeah, 50 rupees is the first item in Hera. And on the hint, that is a very good hint.
Yeah, not going to check that one out.
And there is the big key, meaning that we can defeat Hera at the moment.
What do you think? Do you think it will be a vanilla Moon Pearl?
That would be fun. There we go, OK guy, and has now Fire Rod as well, and he's gonna go into Hera.
Yeah, Fear Agent just picked up his mirror, so he's going to do the whole thing as well.
I am suspecting that Moon Pearl is gonna be on the right side of Death Mountain. And they were 300, so both the items is found.
Oh, at least we can get a crystal, so we don't need to do anything in this dungeon except beating Moldorm. So Tarfera, not that great.
Yep. And a nice spin speed from Ilius there as well.
I mean, I guess Tarfera was pretty nice with the hints, so it's not a waste of time.
Yeah. Ooh, and Saboteur gets knocked down. 1-0 to Moldor. The OK guy is now also in the zoo room.
And that other hint in Tower of Hero, a piece of heart requires a hammer.
So 1 good hit and 1 bad hit. But yeah, that was all the 6 for Ilius in Eastern.
Eastern didn't have anything of usefulness, so...
Unfortunately.
That's 2 crystal dungeons, that's pretty bad in that way.
Yeah. OK guy now also starting out his Hera fight.
Yeah, Cybertender is the first one to draw first blood.
Yeah, at sub 19 minutes.
Yeah, no, unfortunately Cybertender cannot check out while up here, and the same thing for OK Guy, they cannot check out the east side of Death Mountain.
Yeah, they are gonna have to travel into escape first and get the hammer there. That is one thing that is a little bit nice for Ilius, but
5-6 crystals in Mire and Thieves Town, and it was a red pendant in Skull Woods as well.
The last pendant over in Pod. Okay, that gives us all three of the palaces that people don't tend to want to do.
Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate.
Yeah.
So we are going to have to go on that mission to find that ice rod.
Yeah. Where can that be? Another. Oh, the OK guy is doing spin speed wherever he can. He's gaining so much money out of that at the time.
I like that. That spin dash or whatever you want to call it. I like it.
Yep. And I see that from all of our runners today so far, but they don't need to go down to Zelda Cell. There's only a map there. You can have easily figure out that they didn't need to. Oh, good, Saboteur did. He did the counting, so he didn't need to go and defeat the Chain Guard, earning himself a little bit of extra time from that.
He's going to head straight back up to the mountain.
Yep.
It would be pretty fun if the moon pearl is still not here, so they need to do Aga.
Yeah, then it really favors those people who decided to galaxy brain Aga 1. But yeah, generally actually looking at it, there is still only so much after that.
Oh yeah.
Imagine, because so they basically have to do that for nothing. Doesn't feel like in that case.
Yeah, but it would still have been fun, you know. It's like I get to see right now because of all the items they picked up, so they can finish out a lot when they reach Dark World.
Yep. But yeah, we're over now on the east side, on top of Floating Island. That was so hard to see, but
Yeah.
I think I saw a little bit of red. Yeah, the OK guy also falling for that trap down in Chain God room.
He's going to go in and check out that Dark Cross.
Hopefully he likes his key, but here we have the bow in Spiral Cave.
Okay, that's interesting because you can full clear Eastern Palace now, and when you reach Dark World, you can full clear Pod if you want to.
Yeah. And there are a lot of items inside of Pod in general, so... Oh god, OK guy not happy about that. Yeah, we are now in Paradox Cave. What do we find for any hype items in there?
We didn't start out very well there, so...
Well, I had right towards a little bit of red there, but that was just a red rupee, unfortunately.
That was very much a lot of red. Heart container, big 20, big 20. 50 rupees and Moon Pearl. So we have Dark World access.
Yeah, a lot of red in that cave.
Turned out to be a pretty okay Paradox Cave, after all, with that Moon Pearl. It would have been pretty bad otherwise.
Yeah, absolutely. And a nice item dash here from OK Guy as well.
And you can see now Saboteur heading straight to Pod and Eastern.
Yeah, that is honestly quite a nice idea. You wouldn't normally see people do either Wolf of Outcast or Hype Cave first, but this is a pretty cool gamble.
It's a good gamble, and it's make all the sense in the world because you can full clear both dungeons if you need to. I don't know if they want to full clear Pod, but maybe, depending on the item locations.
Yep. But yeah, Saboteur opening up Pod, checking the map check just to make sure that if this was a quiz or not. He's disappointed, but it's gonna go in either way. And here do we see a little bit more of the standard from Ilios going in by Swamp Palace, meaning that he will check the Hype Cave first, or the supposed Hype Cave again.
Yeah, with all these items we have right now, I don't think it will be a Hype Cave today.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a hookshot in there, sure, but...
So, first one, blueberries. Number 2,
Okay.
ether. Number 3,
Okay.
master sword. This is tempered, the first seal, and some arrow.
Well, that's actually pretty decent.
Yeah. That is quite good. Absolutely. And we have a pretty nice Ganon fight today.
We're going to have at least tempered sword.
Yep.
Okay, so that means that the only trolley medallion we can have this seed is the Quake medallion.
Yeah, or Ice Rod.
Okay, so Green Pendant is dead.
Yeah. I would still do Swamp Palace.
I mean, Swamp Palace is right open as well. You can't check the last few items in the back right now, but
yeah, there's still 6 items in there, so just going in there and checking when you start to run out of places, go for it. Ilias going up, picking up his lamp for doing digging game. The Saboteur is gonna start out with the boss before going back, it seems. That's an interesting tactic. But yeah, we are seeing the OK guy now in East and gonna clean that one out. Few agent has followed Saboteur into pod, and we have digging game for Ilias. And they will find 10 arrows. It wasn't too many digs though, so it's fine. It looks like Ilias is gonna return by Hype Cave and might be running up to either Pyramid and Catfish or going over to Pod. Did not know them why he went flew there. Or he might be looking into an early swamp. Those are the options you have right now with this one. And it looks like he's gonna go over to the eastern side of the Dark Death Mountain. Saboteur entering Helmasaur fight. Same time we see here Aiden checking the vanilla B key location. And because we have silvers, this second phase is gonna be very, very quick. Blink and you miss it. There we go.
Nice fight from Salvatender.
Yep. And he is awarded with a big 20. And of course the blue pendant. It's gonna be interesting to see if he goes in again. Yes, it does. So he's intending to just full clear it, even with. Yeah. Do you support that he decided to do the boss first instead of just checking the item?
I mean, in one way I can see why he does it. I mean, he won't lose that much time, so full clearing it. I mean, if you have all the items, just do it.
Yeah.
Because there's so many items in here, so.
That was a little bit of cool way to just go through the turtle there.
Is that like what you can call it? Bomb walk or
damage boost. Yeah, we could call it that. Yeah, okay, guy is gonna be our first runner to finish off Eastern.
quick and nice fight from OK Guy, and he gets his second crystal and B20 from Armor's Knight.
So it seems like if you're on the eastern side of high roll, you will be rewarded 20 rupees for slaying a boss.
Yeah.
So you want to head over to the west side. That's where the money.
Yeah, it looks like the Palace of Darkness has no items at all.
Oh, Saboteur being hit by the fire. They're just very close to the big chest.
Will he go in? Well, let's still check it.
It looks like it's a map though, so he's
Yeah.
not gonna go in there. Maybe that was saving grace then. Seems like Fear didn't count his items. He's gonna get that map.
And that was actually a good death for Sabtender, so he didn't blow up that wall and had to get that map, so that was actually pretty good for him.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you count items, you could have just done the top chest and then mirror out, because the compass was at the bottom chest in the dark.
Oh yeah.
So 2 times now where they could have counted the items and just leave.
But that was actually a good thing of Cybertender to just go for King Helmsar really early on and get the item, even though it was B20.
Yeah, that definitely owed him some time there.
Because now he knows that there's no items at all in here. And if anybody else is skipping out and clearing out, we might lose time.
Yeah. And it seems like OK Guy can hover. What did I miss?
I must have missed something as well.
And Ilias didn't count his items either, but he was not at the back of the pod yet, so...
Yeah, as Chad is just pointing out as well, unless Pedestal has an item, this was a pretty useless dungeon to check out.
Yeah, there were no items of progression in here. Ah, I see. He tried to do that very cool hover where you go to the the balcony in lobby.
Yeah, and that bomb jump OK Guy just did, that's one of those bomb jumps you don't really see a lot.
Yeah, it only really is useful in the randomizer. Then again, there are a lot of people just doesn't do it there either. And a nice hammer jump there from the OK Guy.
He's just showing off all the cool moves you can do.
Yeah.
Okay, so both, I think, was Fear Agent inside of Pod earlier on, or he skipped out on Pod?
Fear Agent was also in Pod.
Okay, so Illus and Fear Agent skipped out the item on King Helmsar.
Yes, they did. Fear Agent not designed to do the damage buff, damage boost through the anti-virus. But as Lexmus is saying there in chat, that hover to the balcony in the lobby of Pod, that one is pretty difficult.
Yeah, it is. It truly is. It's. I guess the people that can hover knows that maybe that is one of the harder ones to do.
But if you are able to do it, it is a very nice time save.
Oh yeah, for sure. And Sabten picks up his second crystal.
Yes, Ilius is gonna get his crystal as well in just 3, 2, 1, and go.
And the Fear Agent's going to get the same thing in just a few.
I'm not gonna count down to that one though. But yeah, Saboteur is gonna enter the Dark World by Swamp Palace as well, so he's gonna pick up. He's gonna go into the Cave of Disappointments, previously known as Hype Cave.
And it looks like our runners on the right side is actually the only runners that's going to full clear pod. Or maybe not. Illis heading back in to go and fight Helmasaur.
Alright then. Really hoping for that pendant seed and the pet seed.
Or maybe now that they feel cleared out, now that they cleared out Eastern Palace and there were no, just big 20 on Helmasaur, Armor's Knight, they were like, there's an item still in pod, might as well check it out.
We have an interesting question here in the chat, and that one is it harder to hover the last room in TR, which I assume you mean the room before Trinex, and the answer is that one is really just a straight hover. You don't have to change any direction, stuff like that. It's just a little bit longer, so I will have to say no. It's not harder. Yeah, Fear Agent also ending back in, so all of our runners is gonna do pod.
And it's really cool to see that all of our runners is actually going for that pendant, or in this case the B20, because they didn't know it was just a B20.
Yeah, well, Saboteur decided to just do it directly, so he had no choice.
Okay, so here's the question for you, Angels. If you find a hookshot here somewhere, would you full clear? Let's say you don't find any items that leads you towards the go mode. Would you do all the pendant dungeons? Because all our pendant dungeons are pretty easy to access.
I would say yes, because of just looking at the amount of items inside of Swamp. There are a total of 6 items in there, so if it is one of the last locations, it is a pretty dense palace in a way. So yeah, absolutely, I would do that 100% of the time. We're gonna see.
Actually... Keep on. I was going to say the chat was actually pointing out one thing just right now. The mids could be on pedestal right now if we check the pedestal dungeons. What is it called?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I understand. But yeah, it looks like Saboteur is gonna start out with the Outcast and Sieve Town, while the OK guy is gonna start out with Skullwoods. Gonna have to see where Ilius decides to go first. And was that a big key? I looked away.
Yeah, it sure was a big key.
And the OK guy using the spin strat there to set himself up for the bomb jump. And then we have the Book of Medora, and that is very well placed because you can select pedestal after you're done with Skullwoods.
And I think the OK guy is actually going to go and do that thing right now.
Yes, absolutely.
So we're just in a few seconds going to see what's, or a few minutes depending on how he pulls this up, but we don't see that pedestal soon. So if you like a pedestal seed, get your hype up.
Yeah, at a good moment there can be a lot of items on that the ped, so get your heights up. Yeah, there are people asking for French vanilla mitts.
It was actually French vanilla. The mitts was actually in Thieves Town.
Oh, that is not fun for the OK guy. So with that, we have unlocked a lot of stuff actually. We can do the Smith Chain, we have the Super Bunny Cave, and with our items we could even dip into Turtle Rock.
And Mr. Meyer.
And unfortunately, there's just some blueberries on Ped today, so Ped is dead.
Well, we don't
So
need
no
full-
Aga and no Ped. Chat is gonna have to be disappointed.
This is turning out to be a pretty good seed. So, if we look at it this way, that all that work for that blue pendant in pod was a little bit unnecessary.
Yeah, unfortunately. I can definitely see a lot of other runners that basically is multiple minutes ahead of our restream one.
Yeah. That's,
and we have found Barry Sword as well, apparently. Have we found? That's been nice.
Well, this is going to make that Gan fight even faster.
Yeah. And
Thanks, game. Thanks. We already knew that.
actually thinking about it, both of the gloves were some type of connected to blind today.
Yeah, now that you're saying it, it was in his hideout in the light world, in his dungeon.
That is pretty nice. Yeah, nothing in Sunshine Room, unfortunately, either. This is also known as the attic in Multiworld.
So I think a lot of our runners are going to go to Mire area right now, or yeah, I think Mire area would make more sense to do before going up to Death Mountain in Dark World right now.
Well, at the moment you need the information about both palaces, but yeah, going over to my area would also get them access to be able to defeat Desert as well, and they have everything needed to be able to defeat Meyer. So yeah, sure, go for that one.
Unless it's Quake Medallion.
Yeah. But yeah, it is that information play that I just really love to do, learning about those palaces, what they need to.
Yeah.
And yeah, just Green Rupee there from the big cest in Steve Town as well. Yeah, Saboteur is gonna be our first runner, unless it dies here to get 3 crystals as well.
I think actually when you think about it, they might go to Mire area, because they're clearing out Thieves Town, which is a 5-6 crystal right now, and the other 5-6 crystal is Mire.
Yeah, Quake could definitely be there. But yeah, congratulations to Saboteur getting the first blood on blind. But yeah, there's one thing I'm currently looking at, and I'm a little bit worried about as well. How long is it gonna take before Ilios takes Waterfall?
Oh yeah, he needs to do that, because that's where the King of Samoria is.
So I'm a little bit worried about that.
He might route it, yeah. I don't think he's going to go to Catfish for a long time.
Yeah, he has a lot of stuff to do right now, so we'll probably not do that. Quite. But you can see Saboteur actually starting this mission.
Pretty simultaneously win on the blind fight there for Fury Agent and Illis.
Cool. But they have been nearly hugging each other as well. And yeah. Does Ilius have flute as well?
Where was the flute now again?
trying to remember. That was Hobo, wasn't it? Or
Oh, I don't think he has the flute. Yeah, he has the flute, right?
okay. Oh right, he have not been to Iceodd Cave then, because he doesn't have flippers either. There's so much he has missed so far of the game.
Did Fear Agent check out the medallion required for? Okay, he's doing it right now. I think it's
Yeah.
Ether, so.
It is, and they have kind of Burner from the Smiths. Oh, and Saboteur falling down into the pinball room.
And Illa's picking up the lunchbox.
Did not get that hint apparently. Ooh, Ferdinand did not get the first cycle there in this room. It is quite a specific timing on it.
Yeah, okay, so for Illa's, he needs to
Go to Ice Rod to get the flippers.
unless he fake flippers in this case. To get, well, he needs the flute on Hobo, and then he needs the Cane of Samara in the waterfall, so he needs to do that stuff.
Yeah. And did you see Myers said I missed that one?
Yeah, Myers Shed had nothing. It had just, I think it was a piece of heart maybe, and a big 20.
Oh, and they have mushroom on Bumper Cave.
And we don't have access to Bumper Cave right now. Because we don't have the cave.
Yeah.
So we might not see the mushroom at all.
Let's hope we don't. For our runner's sake, I want to see it though.
Did Fear Agent just skip out and hold the whole mire and going straight for Vitreous?
Yeah, we did. And yeah, Saboteur also is gonna fight against Muffler.
Oh, he never checked the pedestal, so he's going straight for multi instead.
Yeah. So that was very good information that the OK guy got earlier.
Ooh, Fear Agent set up the spooky in mire.
Yeah. Do you know how to set that one up?
Kinda, I haven't done myself.
Yeah, it actually starts already in the light world where you have to go into the port in desert from the bottom. And that is the starting point of it. That is what I know, really.
Fear Agent right now in the lead when we talk about clearing out dungeons.
And there we have Battlesword at the back in Skullwoods. Yeah, that was a very quick death from Victorious. And Feridin's just gonna run in and get his 5th crystal in desert next.
Pretty interesting that he's just skipping out the whole mire, just getting that big key.
Have we have any hints about Maya yet?
I don't think so.
Because that would be the only reason, really. Yeah,
Okay,
he got one item.
One item.
Oh, look at this from OK guy. He activated spin speed and is doing digging game.
Well, thank you, game. A unique item is Inspire, okay? We all know that.
Yeah. I am so impressed with OK guy currently.
He's showing off all the spins.
Yeah. Would you though do a spin speed here for digging game though?
I don't think that would ever cross my mind. So I'm pretty impressed that they did that.
Yeah. Ilias is gonna pick up his temper here in just a moment, and it's hammer time for the OK guy.
Ooh, half magic in Desert Palace.
That basically just make Ganon fight even more free.
And Turret Rock will not be any issues with potentially running out of magic. So
Well, we had tempered possibly Buyer, so it wouldn't have been a problem either way.
I mean, yeah, you can just use all your stuff even more. So
Yeah. But yeah, where is he just gonna go now?
he might route in Catfish now, since he is going to Dark World this way, or maybe he's going for Swamp Palace.
I don't think there's him
Oh,
pyramid yet.
Yeah, and he cannot do Swamp Palace. Sorry, he doesn't have flippers.
Yeah. Yeah, east side of desert was a bust today as well. No, is he going to
Boundless tablets.
He really doesn't want to head to Iceland Cave.
But talking about icy stuff, Sabatender heading into Ice Palace.
Understandable. It is one of the crystals, and he has. It is depending on Kilotic if he can get everything in here.
Jeez, thank you, game. A piece of heart is inside of Ganon's tower.
Yeah, why not get a hint like that? It makes totally sense. Yeah, Lamola, Silvers, bye bye. Or should I say Lamolas plus Silvers equals bye bye?
Yeah, that fight is just... That's easy mode when you have silver arrows.
Yep. Yeah, Ilius following Fear Alien's footsteps and heading into desert. We have seen Fear Alien and Ilius nearly hugging each other for a long time here in the seed.
Yeah, they have been following each other's footsteps the whole time, and OK Guy getting his butter sword and the right shield.
Congratulations, OK Guy, you have just won a few more lag frames on Ganon.
I mean, that would be getting some lag. That's always nice, right?
Yeah, you definitely want that in this seed. But interesting, Saboteur is not gonna do the bomb jump here in Ice Palace.
That is interesting, yeah.
But we see Fear is now also heading into Ice Palace.
Yeah, I think Fear Agent is just pretty much just clearing out everything right now.
Yeah,
just hoping to find finding that ice rod maybe, or maybe hookshot.
It does look like he hopes that ice rod and hookshot is in Turtle Rock at the moment.
Yeah.
Which is quite a gamble, to say the least.
And there is a gamble that he made that can really hurt him, and it's if one of the items is inside of Maya right now.
Yeah. Oh, and there is a small key there in the first chest of Ice Palace. That means that we have access to the hookshot side. That's very nice of the seed. But let's set up the one thing I actually saw the other day, where hookshot was on a cold step.
Oh, that's just lovely to find a hookshot on Coldstare.
Yeah. It happened to my friends that did a match against each other.
Oh, thank you, game. My glove is in Thieves Town.
Wonderful. We're getting hints about all gloves today.
like pretty much all the hints right now is hints that we already found stuff.
Yeah. And because we don't have any hooks out, we are gonna have to bomb open this hole here for Saboten. Saboten, that almost sounds like some sort of Pokemon.
It actually does.
Potential leaked Pokemon for Gen 8. It would probably be just a dark type though.
Most likely, yeah.
Dark Steel, would I guess.
Right, I wonder where Illus will go now.
Yeah, he really needs to head over and do either fake flipper or just go to Ice Rod Cave.
It looks like Ice Palace got nothing right now.
Yeah. Yeah, Ice Rod is not in Ice Rod Cave, it is Flippers that is occupying that space today. And look at this, Ilias is finally going to Ice Rod Cave.
Yeah, this is the play he needs to do to keep, he really needs to do this for his own sake, because he needs Flute and James Mori right now.
Yeah. Yeah, Sabotander also picking up some extra magic here for the later upcoming Cold Stare fight. But he has one more set to check, and that is the Ice Tea room.
I think he checked that one already. He's just going to pick up some fairies down here.
Ah, that's quite a good idea. And yeah, Ilias was setting up the water walk. As I said, who needs flippers?
Yeah, at least not these runners. They don't need that.
Oh, Ilias accidentally also just deactivated water walking, so I'm gonna have to swim the last bit.
But he's going to be happy now.
Yeah. No, don't save quit!
No.
I didn't think that's technically the right play to do because you just got the flute, but no.
Well, if he activates the flute now, hopefully he flutes back to, what is it, 7? Or is it 8?
It is 8.
And also, really good fight from Subtender with that Butter Sword, just destroying.
Yeah, Buttersword OP.
But also, unfortunately, no item in Ice Palace.
Yeah. So, Swamp next?
Well, in this case...
Or would you gamble Dark Death Mountain and Turtle Rock?
I think for Fear Agent...
Ooh, Saboteur also setting up Spooky Accent.
In this case, I would say Fear Agent needs to check the Big Red Bomb before doing anything else.
Absolutely. Have you had any hints about Big Red Bomb yet?
Nope. Okay, this is important now. Keep a good close, keep your eyes open for the OK guy if he finds another item in here.
Yeah. If he does, that is red flags for Fear Agent.
If not, it's going to put him in a huge advantage.
Yeah. We have the check from Ilias. Yes, a piece of heart there for him as well.
I mean, if OK guy finds an Ice Rod in here, it's going to take forever for Fear Agent to go back for just one item in a mire.
Yeah, if he finds either, if he finds, as I said, the ice rod, it will definitely be red flags for Fear Agent.
And it looks like Fear Agent's going to go and check that big bomb.
Yeah. But yeah, at the current moment, we are 2 items away from no mode. And go mode for a few of our runners. And yeah, as also here, it is heading into EP as well. Well, it's a crystal, so sure.
We could actually see the hookshot being inside of GT at least, so that could be a thing.
Yeah. I have seen that in the big cest.
Alright, Pyramid Fairy.
Oh, they were a quake in the big cest.
That
We
could
all
be
gonna have to
huge.
see. Yeah, that can be so huge if it is needed for third rock. And nothing inside of a Pyramid Fairy.
If we have any runner out and like people cheering for OK Guy, you definitely want Turok to be Quake now.
Yeah. Fear Agent going and stacking up on items. He is gonna head to third rock next.
If this is not Quake and the items Fear Agent needs in here, it's his race to lose.
Yeah. So much important here in just a few minutes. Yeah, Saboteur was heading into Maya now. OK Guy is the room before Victorious and Ilios taking the hook shot side.
One and two, and Vitreous is down.
GG. GG easy. See no re. Okay then.
Okay, moment of truth.
Everybody hold your thumbs. One peg down, 2 pegs down, and
Oh boy.
it's Ether.
Ooh. Fear Agent was that was very brave gamble and it paid off.
That is just so lucky from Fear.
There's just depending on where the other runners goes and check out items and where we find Ice Rod, it's Fear Agents right now to lose.
Yep. Okay, we're gonna take the first set here in hookshot.
Oh.
There is the hookshot!
Oh my god. What are the odds for that?
I almost want to say undone, but yeah, as I read, I mean, they say the classic.
Is it Ice Rod now in Super Bunny Cave as well?
Please don't. Blue goo and blueberries. Okay,
so if you guys in chat right now want a little longer See, then this, you guys want Ice Rod on like Argus right now.
Yeah. A man can always swim. Or we have one other location we have not checked yet. Catfish, which OK Guy is currently running to. And a very nice hint here for Fear Agent in Turtle Rock. He definitely didn't do that before.
What did it say?
Big red bomb.
Oh man.
Well, there's a big key.
Okay, so right now it's looking really good for Fear Agent unless there's a Ice Rod and Catfish.
Yeah, considering with how much he has go moded, it is just incredible.
Yeah.
The worst thing right now for Fear Agent would be if Ether Tablet have the basically ice. Or did we see that already?
We haven't seen that one yet. We only seen Bombos.
Right.
Compass and a small key.
OK Guy now also rushing up to Dark Death Mountain. But that's just gonna lead him. Oh, he has Red Cane. Okay. I didn't see him pick up that up, so good for him. Ooh, he's doing Spy Cave.
I don't know, I have the OK Guy cleared out. Have we cleared out Ice Pass?
No, he was missing 2 crystals in his menu. He did not clear it up. I didn't know if that was her because it turned red in Discord, but he missed. He didn't have to. He was missing 2 crystals in his.
Okay, so OK Guy needs to do that stuff.
Well, he's gonna be led there soon because he's gonna find his hookshot here in just a moment.
Yeah. So right now, Fear Agent is like in no danger at all. Yeah. Right now, but he's OK Guy's going to check Ether Tablet right now. This could be huge. It's not.
Womp, 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 womp.
Okay, so we have some locations we haven't checked yet where Ice Red could be, but I think everything is pointing for like Laser Bridge right now.
Yeah, a vanilla Ice Rod.
Yeah. And Illis finally gets his Canis Maria.
And his butter. I'm not feeling good about that one. But maybe soon see Mimic Cave for Fear Agent. Sabatender is looking like he's gonna do big red bomb as well.
Yeah.
We are not talked about it, but he's actually very close to Fear Agent.
Yeah, he right now he's the one that's the closest to Fear Agent. And then you have to keep in mind that Tenra cleared out Skull Boots as well.
Yeah. Oh, and we got the bird toss from Ilios. Good job. He did the right thing. Oh, I mean, I'm not seeing any bomb duplication either.
Oh man, there's the cave in Mimic Cave, and we know where the mushroom is.
Oh.
Is it one of those things now?
It is very possible. I'm gonna wait a bit though, before I start to sing. I don't even know if I'm gonna do them, I'm so tired. Red mail for the OK Guy. Yeah, small key there. So because of that, you could have the possibility of be able to do skip laser bridge if you already had the ice rod. So if ice rod is not here, anyone coming here could potentially just do this much faster.
Okay, so I need to ask you, since if the ice rod is not here, what would you do? Would you just pick up the cave? I don't know if Fury Agent know where the mushroom is, but what would you do first?
Swamp Palace.
Yeah, I think that would be the best logical thing to do right now.
Yeah, 6 items as I said before. In the first phase we find a map.
There's 2 more items here.
Piece of heart in the second. In the third we find powder.
Oh, okay, so there's no ice rod in here.
Yeah, unfortunately not.
But we can check magic bats. If magic bats got that.
Yeah, we have magic bat. We can get a mushroom to do the witches. We have also the possibility to be able to do Swamp Palace. Fear Agent could, if he wants to, head into Spy Cave. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff we have left.
And then we have to keep in mind as well, it depends on when they find the ice for the other guys, depending on where it is located, but it could open up. Fear Agent has already cleared out pretty much everything in Turrock.
Yeah, I am interested to see though if he decides to go back to Meyer, because he still has 1 item in there.
Would you do it?
I would have never went away from Meyer in the first place.
Okay, so Magic Bat Big 20, no Ice Rod.
Yeah.
An okay guy is hovering in Ice Palace. Or he attempted it and then he was like, nope, we're doing the classic bump jump.
Yeah. This almost felt like some sort of episode of Trials Fusion at the moment there for the okay.
Oh yeah. Okay, do you think Fear Agent will he go for that mushroom now? I don't know if he knows the location of it though.
I don't know, he had not been in Skullwoods, and it typically second bumper cave after you've done Skullwoods.
I think he knows the location since he's heading up here.
Yeah. It definitely seems like it. Yeah, go back for that. Don't want to skip that one now.
I mean, this will... If the mushroom leads to the ice right now, he's still in a very huge lead since the cave is in Mimic Cave.
Yeah. But yeah, we are setting up another fast quest here for Fear Radiant.
The sad part for him is he can't use his portal anymore.
Yeah. And but look at that, we got bomb dupe from Ilius. And he gets it.
That is so nice to see. It's so perfectly executed.
I have spent so much time practicing that just so that I can do it, because it is a little bit faster.
Yeah.
It is a cool strat.
Okay, guy is just hovering everywhere right now.
Yeah. Well, since he knows how to hover, he can't go by the name of the okay guy. What will you call him instead?
The more than okay guy? I don't know.
The okay guy version 2?
That would actually be a good name.
Or would you do one of those okay guy dot 2? The above average guy. We're getting some good names in the chat.
I think we have to tell him all the names later on when we get him in for the interview.
Yeah.
Okay, Mushroom, are you going to give us the Ice Rod of Dreams right now?
If it would, then that would mean that you had to double dip 30. And it isn't, it's just 10 bombs. So, Swamp Palace, here we come.
Yeah.
Well, he's first gonna do Catfish. Then it's gonna go there.
But now the main question is, where in Swamp Palace is it?
I'm gonna say left side.
It wouldn't surprise me one bit. Okay, so this is interesting. I think Sabotender have checked more overall items, like in the overworld, than Fear Agent. So if Sabotender just goes for Swamp Palace, and his Ice Rod is in there, which it needs to be right now, he can gain a lot of time.
Yeah, here comes the question. Skullwoods or Swamp? Where is Fear Agent going? It is Skullwoods.
Okay. He's going to lose time here.
Yeah, he basically saves a little bit for Sabotender. No.
Oh, he's going for Swamp Palace.
Yeah, deciding that the place with the highest out count is gonna be the place.
That is really important for Fear Agent right now, so he doesn't lose a lot of time here.
Do you think we're talking too loudly? Maybe he heard us.
I don't think so.
Is our commentary booth too close to where he lives?
You never know. I think it's like you said. He figured out in the last second that there's more like you said, there's more items inside of Swamp than Skull Woods, and if it's a pedestal seed that he doesn't know it is, it's better to clear out Swamp Palace.
Yeah, better clear out that one first, because then you can just pull it after. Oh my, that is a very good hit.
Okay, so pretty much all the hints right now is telling us where all the items have been.
Yeah, and that was the guaranteed boot hint as well.
And literally, you had to open that chest either way to get into Swamp Palace, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's like that glove hint about the glove in the Blind's hideout and in the Thief's Town.
Yeah, because of where the hook shot is, yeah, you had to get the glove first.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sabotender is soon done with Turtle Rock, and he's probably gonna go to Swamp then after that.
Unless, since he got that cape, he might do what Fear Agent just did and pick up that mushroom.
I hope not, because if he doesn't that, then Fear Agent is gonna continue his advantage here.
Yeah, because here's the thing right now. He's going to get his magic powder as well. It's magic bat and then mushroom maybe, since he's in the same area.
Yeah, look, we leaning a little bit in the chat. We also had a hint about green pendant, so that one is also very good.
That green pennant is dead, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yes, Saboteur is also done with Turtle Rock for now.
Yeah, he's going for magic bats.
Yeah.
The main question is, will he go for the mushroom as well? Or is he just do magic bat, get that out of the way, and go to Swamp Palace?
That is the question, really. Picky. And there is
And
an
there's
Ice Rod. At 1 hour 20 minutes and 2 seconds, Fear Agents is now in go mode. He is moving out of swamp and is gonna travel back up.
And since he cleared out Turtle Rock completely, he only had one thing, and that's Trinex.
And the sad thing is here is that you didn't know to do Turtle Rock. You could have just enter Turtle Rock and finish it off. You could have go moded it.
Yeah. But I think that's one of the gambles our runners wanted to do either way, since Ice Rod is most likely to be there anyway.
Yeah, we have seen so many runners just losing because they hold up Turtle Rock for too long. So it's understandable what they did.
And unfortunately for Sabatender, that is the one that's closest, I would say, to Fear Agent. It's going to take him a couple of minutes here in Swamp Palace, so Fear Agent will still have his lead, even though he did Mushroom.
Yeah, but Saboteur also have one advantage left. He has Butter, Fear Agent has Temper. That is gonna speed it up just that tiny bit.
But will that be enough?
And then we are also gonna have to talk about the route they do in GT.
Yeah, that's true.
Just say, for example, Saboteur just decides to Galaxy Brain Tide Room and suddenly he's ahead.
That would be such an insane play to do.
Yeah.
Gotta say, OK Guy and Illis are really neck and neck with each other.
Yeah, truly. It has kind of turned into a 1v1s rather.
The interesting part is that Illis didn't have the flute and King of Samaria for the longest time, and he's not that far behind.
Yeah, that is the interesting part.
Okay, Sabatender is going to get his Ice Rod in just a few seconds here.
Yeah. So first we're gonna have to take this one down here. And yeah, look at it, Alias is following the OK Guy's footsteps.
Yeah, they are so close to each other, it's just crazy right now.
Yeah. There we go. I can't pick up that pot. I've tried so many times, I just can't do it.
Now that part is a little bit crazy, but looking at this, OK Guy is doing... Okay, so Illis is going to Swamp Palace, so now they're not in neck and neck anymore.
Yeah, unfortunately, OK Guy is going and picking up the mushroom.
Okay, so the Fear Agent is going to enter Trinex when a Sabatender is picking up his Ice Rod, so it's a pretty huge lead right now.
Yep. Switching out to the Fire Rod. The Fire Head is dead. ice that is gonna follow shortly. And it's time for phase 2 for Fear Radiant. After this quick intermission. Didn't get, fortunately, the double hit here with the spin, but finished off Trinex quickly enough. And guys, you know what time it is. Somewhere inside of Ganon's tower, we have the big key. Get your guesses in between 1 and 22.
Okay, I'm going to say title room.
Of course you are.
Yeah. Where's your guess?
I take my lucky number of 9.
Let's go title room.
Yeah, of course.
And of course, title room will be number 22.
Yeah, we're not gonna see any Galaxy Brain today.
I mean, if that would just be... I would be worried.
Yeah. We have to see if Radiant is very good at guessing where the big key is. So.
Oh yeah, he is. Didn't he win the one for the league?
Yeah, I think he won that with 2 guesses more than anyone else. I think he had 9 at the end. But yeah, in cess number 1 we find 50 rupees. In cess number 2 we find the swag net.
Best item in the game.
And yeah, that means that we're gonna have to go left side.
I was hoping that you would say it. We were going to see Agony now.
Number 3 is some rupees. What do you actually call 100 rupees? Or 100 or something?
100.
Ah, hundo, okay. I was trying to come up with a cooler name. But yeah, in number 4 we have blueberries. In number 5 we have a small key. In number 3 we have blue rupee. And in number 7 we have another small key.
Well, it was keys, but not the big key.
And yeah, looking at the amount of small keys they got there is a little bit of an unwritten rule that I heard. And that is that if there are 3 keys on the left side, then you are to do Dark Condition strats.
Seriously?
Yeah, I don't remember who said it, but I heard it somewhere.
I've never heard about it. That's pretty cool to know.
Yeah, but that rule also says if you find a small key on the right side, you do right side.
Oh, okay. Well, that is not cool anymore, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing in number 8 either, so we are approaching number 9. And it's just a small key.
Okay, so let's all hope for title room, right?
Yeah. But we are approaching a random room. So 10, 11, 12, 13.
Meanwhile, Sabotander is done with Trinex right about now. I think he's like 3 minutes behind, depending on, I don't remember the time when Fear Agent went into GT, but I think it's somewhere like that, 3 or 4.
Sounds about right. And a nice bonk swag strat there from Fear Agent. Time for the other bonk strat. And there we have Ice Rod for OK Guy. The last of our runners are going to go. There's nothing in number 14, which was obsessed today. And time for Ice Amos. So in number 15, big 20. In number 16, we find the big key.
And Sabatender is around 4 minutes behind, yeah.
And looking in the chat, winner for today's guessing game is SniperBait 0922.
GG's.
And because you guessed right, you win a year's supply of rando seeds. Congratulations! To claim the prize, just head over to the Little Knights website where you can find your generator. So, gauntlet time for Fear Agent, and look at that, Saboteur is doing left side first. So you have to see if he decides to do Dark Condition or if he just goes full left. And he's doing full left.
Yeah, so he will not really gain anything on Fear.
Yeah.
But yeah, Saboteur won't have that swagnet.
You really want to use that against Agatu, right?
Yeah, that's the only way you can beat him, right?
Yeah, that's fair. Ooh, that fire though for Sabatender.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah,
see, it's gonna be a quick... Oh, I'm always not playing nice this time around.
Yeah, did not set up that one right. It's so hard if you mistime the first arrow, then your whole timing is off.
Yeah. And it doesn't really help that they put that guy spitting out fire on you.
Yeah, and there we have it. Ilius is our third runner to finish off Trinex. Was very close as well, looking at itself.
Yeah. And okay, guys, closing in on his Trinex fight.
Yeah.
Nice execution by Fear Agent in that Wizrobe room.
Yeah. So I was actually thinking about one thing here. This race evolved from a 1v1 between Sabotender and a 1v1 between Ilius and Fear Agent into a 1v1 between Sabotender and Fear Agent, and then a 1v1 between Ilius and the...
Yeah, it turned out to be a pretty close one between our runners. Fear Agent pulling ahead because he skipped out on doing Skullwoods and go-moding both Ice Palace and what was it, Meyer?
Yeah, Meyer. There you have it. Okay, guy has finished off Trinex. He's now gonna head over to GT as well. And Ilius also did the right side first. There we have the big key for Sabaton. But look at the difference. Fear Agent is almost done with the Gannis Tower completely.
I think he might have pulled ahead a little bit more. But time for the Aga 2.
And a nice double to start it off. Another double. And that was a single. And a single to finish it off.
And Aga is down. It's time to fight the pig.
Yeah, only the pig left. Oh, now I'm getting hungry.
What is oh yeah, I was going to ask what is OK guy doing, but I was like, oh yeah, he didn't have the key. I was like, oh. And if you were taking care of Ganon, and Sabatender is closing in on Lanmolas too.
And a nice spot there for Ganon baby to just do some spins here.
Yep, this is the dream spot to have Ganon light into.
Especially when you have Master Sword.
Yeah.
When Ferian was not quick enough to skip the fire.
But pulls out that bow and it's lock and load when in the last phase.
And that is rude for your agent. Oh, he didn't actually set up that. So what he could have done there was, if he timed his hit there, he could have gotten in that first hit in there much quicker. But gets also the torch split. 3 has to set up the torch again. Ooh, missed. But he's gonna get his 4th hit soon.
Ooh.
There we go.
But get your GGs in chat for Fear Agent, or first runner on restream to finish off Ganon.
Yeah, he raises his sword up to the sky, the music stops playing, he walks over the bridge and he comes in with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 36 minutes and 31 seconds. That earns him 6th place in the seed. The winner of today's daily race was Ganon's Gone Wild, which come in with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 29 minutes and 15 seconds. GG.
GG's all around.
You'll see that just as Ilius started out his gauntlet run, Sabatender is defeated the Trollon 2. And we are joined by Fear Agent in the chat. GG.
GG's.
Hey, thanks. GG's.
You did one big gamble.
Oh, I did lots of big gambles. So I went to pod early because it's pendant pod, and like it feels like every race I do, pendant pod has some sort of progression. And so I gambled pretty hard on that. And then when it didn't, I was like, well, it's time to really gamble. And so after I did these 10, I got the nits. I was like, man, I only need Ice Rod and Hook Shot. It's just, I can do like every dungeon. So.
Yeah, but I was thinking about Maya because we got so worried there for a moment. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Maya, definitely. I would have skipped a lot of ice too if I hadn't got a key in the first chest. So.
Yeah. So, you want to know what item was in Maya?
I'm gonna guess book? I don't know.
Quake.
Oh, nice.
So that could have been huge.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I definitely gambled on having 2/3 of the medallions. I mean, once pod was completely empty, I was like, I'm just going for it, and I was really hoping Ice Rod would be in TR and everything would have been kosher. Hookshot in the first chest of Hookshot Cave was pretty funny. And then, yeah, I wish I went to Swamps right after I got the Hookshot, right after I did TR too.
Yeah.
I got baited by all those fetch quests I got. I got the Kate, which was kind of good because it kept me out of Skull Woods. But then I was like, well, I got all these checks over here. Let me do these. Oh, I got the mushroom. There's a mushroom. What if that's the Ice Rod? Yeah. So I got baited a bit by those fetch quests, and then I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna go to Swamp, and I'm not gonna check left side. I'm gonna go pull the ped. That's what I thought was gonna happen. So I was going to go mode basically Swamp as much as I could, and then go right to the back of Skull Woods and beat it, and then pull the pedestal. That was my plan.
Yeah, seems like a plan. Absolutely. But I don't know if we can really call that pub dip a gamble because everyone did it.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we've all been baited, especially the runners that are on the restream. We've all been baited by pendant pods so often, and you get that bow, and yeah. I feel like my early routing was pretty good. I didn't get baited. I didn't go into Eastern early. Got the hammer. I'm guessing I'm one of the first ones that got the hammer on the restream.
Yeah, you are. But yeah, guys, give it up. Get to GG chat for Sabatender as he comes in with an official SRL time of 1 hour 39 minutes and 53 seconds. That earns him the top 10 spot on.
GG's to Sabatender.
But yeah, continue here. Any other thoughts?
No, that was a fun seed. It was like once you got the mitts, everything except for left side swamp and fishing swamp was pretty available. So yeah, it's easy to get baited by stuff.
Yeah, and Turtle Rock is also one of those places where you can get very easily baited because
Oh,
we see
yeah.
a lot of times where if people holding off Turtle Rock too long, it loses big.
Yeah, honestly, I'm surprised I won the restream, and I think I came in 6th overall. When I got to Ganon's Tower, I felt pretty behind. I mean, I skipped two-thirds of Village of Outcasts. I didn't do any of the Smith Chain. I didn't do Dig Game. I didn't do Stumpy. I skipped that whole section of stuff because I figured if I needed something, it's all like right there, and I needed to gamble a bit. So.
Yeah.
You did a really good routing, Fear. Like everything paid out for you, well, except the ice for being swamped, but nobody would know that by
Sure.
then. So
Yeah.
And yeah, you just had hook shot as well.
Yeah, I was really worried about the hook shot because if the hook shot wasn't available early, I was worried about the people that could hover because I can't.
Yeah.
But it was needed, so there we go.
Yeah, that is probably the second worst place I have seen hook shot. And the first one happened a few days ago where it was on Cold. Yeah, we are seeing Ilios here fighting against phase 4 of Ganon now. And we're joined by Sabatender as well.
GG's.
Yo, GG's Fear.
Hey, thanks, man. And you thought it was going to be a garbage fire. Look at that.
Well, I mean, like, if you saw how much garbage I did in this seed, man, I just did everything, it felt.
Well, everyone pretty much did that. But yeah, give it up for Ilios as he finishes with an official SRL time of 1 hour 42 minutes and 42 seconds, earning himself a 16th position in the race.
GG's. So Sabatender, what did you think it was a pedestal seed for a while?
After I wasted so much time in pod, I just kind of thought, like, if it is a ped seed, then that's the way I'm going to have to play it, is just hope that it is and that these pendant dives are going to pay off. Then finding the book and checking the pedestal there, I was a little disappointed, but that's okay.
Where was the book?
Skullwoods.
Skullwood.
And we're also joined by Illas. GG's.
Gee. That's right, man. I hear you.
I feel like I stole this one.
What did you skip out on, dude?
So I did pod early, and I skipped like Village of Outcast and Dig Game and Stumpy, and the one item in Mire. And Skullwoods. I never went to school.
Okay.
So, Ilios, yes, you decided to isolate the Ice Rod Cave.
Yeah, I wanted to have the flute for that. Obviously, that did not work out.
Huh. that sucks, man.
Yeah, and after checking over and getting the flute, I save and quit, and didn't come back for that cane until much later, until I checked Catfish. It was a disaster. It was an absolute disaster.
When did everyone? So if everyone did pod, when did everyone do it? Did they do it as soon as they got the bow, like before Thieves Town?
Yep.
Basically, everyone had nearly the same route coming into the Dark World, except for Subtender, who went to there before doing Hype Cave. And also, guys, give it up for the last time. GG's in the chat. That's okay, guy. Finished with official F-style time of 1 hour, 44 minutes, and 9 seconds, earning himself a top 20 on the leaderboard.
Nice.
It's
GGs.
funny that we all went to pod, pendant pod.
Yeah.
Yes. Subtender also did something very cool as well that you guys missed out on. He immediately went to Helmasaur, so he could skip. He skipped the big cest. Could he do?
Huh.
Yeah.
I figured that something had to be behind the bow, so I decided to finish pod. I guess the others thought the same. So I did.
Yeah,
I did not feel terribly bad about finishing it, but yeah, that was basically the start of it. For me, it made total sense to finish pod because I missed so many items. Even after finding the myths, I missed so many items because, there were flippers that I isolated and everything was behind them basically. So, yeah, at least from my point of view, it totally made sense.
Yeah, it was interesting how all of you did pod immediately in the top.
That is really weird. Yeah.
because if I had known that, I probably wouldn't have skipped as much stuff, and I wouldn't have won the restream. I thought I like, this is silly to go in a pod, but I guess we all thought it was silly.
Yeah.
Just pendant pod. How many times has pendant pod had some sort of progression? It's like pretty much
Never.
always, right?
Never if I clear it.
Right.
Never.
I feel like every race there's a pendant pod. There's some sort of progression there, if not two pieces. So I was like, we've got this bow early. I can do Eastern pod at the same time. There's got to be something, and there wasn't. I felt super behind. Then finding the mitts in Thieves Town, I felt even more behind. So I was like, let's just go dungeons. And I would, like I said earlier, I would have skipped most of Ice Palace if I hadn't got that key right in the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, we're gonna give a shout out to Squall, who has gotten a PB with 6 minutes and 55 seconds. GGT.
Nicely done.
That's
Okay,
a
so
nice-
did anybody else grab that hook shot? And was their first thought that Ice Rod is going to be in Swamp House, and like they thought like I should just bail and go for that right now?
I thought about it. Like it was basically screaming that, and I was like, I opened TR already. Maybe it's still in there, right? But I guess there was a reason why you found that, and I should have followed that.
Did everyone all double TR?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
But yeah, you guys
really
hoping
hard
for-
not to. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys hoping for that quote-unquote vanilla Ice Rod.
You know, I should have.
Basically,
You know, I should have known that it wasn't in there, because at that point in my race, like I would have thought that someone would have been finished. If the Ice Rod was in TR, then this would have been like the most jet seed, and someone would have already been done. So I should have just backed out and gone to Swamp right away. But I was stupid.
Yeah, I can see that.
Where was the last sword?
Skullwoods.
Back of Skullwoods.
Yeah, in that little beautiful chest.
Yeah, never went there.
You
No,
were
I
the
was
only one who
impressed.
didn't go
And
into
I
Skullwoods.
had so many items open in so few locations because of those slippers. So I basically full cleared almost everything until then.
What made you skip Sasha's closet? Isn't that where where are the
Sasha-
flippers?
No, the flippers were in Ice Rod Cave.
Oh,
I-
okay.
I told myself I would probably never fake Flipper, so I went for Agina instead,
Mhm.
and that's how
one
it
other
went.
thing, one other thing that also happened that I saw pretty quickly, it was that hello okay guy, welcome to the
Hey guys. So,
GG's.
thank you. Good game, everybody. That was a really fun seed.
It was fun. Yeah, I agree.
I don't agree, but whatever.
Now, I have to ask, who all made dumb gambles? Anybody?
I feel like I did.
All of
yeah.
us. Sounds like all of
Yeah.
us did.
Yeah, all
Awesome.
of you. The first thing you guys did was go to pod when you got into the dark world. I can't understand.
It's just one of those things. You expect like all of your go mode items to be in a pendant dungeon, and it's right there. You have mirror. I guess everybody kind of routed the same because times were really similar.
Yeah, except for Saboteur went to Helmasor directly, so we could skip the big cest.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
went a little
awesome.
bit spring
And yeah,
through
speaking
pod
of-
there, but it sounds like we all kind of did the same things more or less.
Yeah, kinda. But then there was also one other thing that I also saw. There was only one guy who actually counted the items in the Hyrule Castle, and that was Sabotender.
Oh yeah.
It's bad, man.
Yeah,
That's not true. I skipped 2 items, and I skipped Zelda's chest and the Dark Cross, and
Oh nice.
then-
I didn't. I went way out of my way to get them.
At least Dark Cross. I figured that out when I went to Zelda Cell and picked up that big key from that ball and chain guard. I was like, wait, it's gonna be the map or the key, right? And the other one is in the Dark Cross. And
Yeah.
by the time it was too late, and I just opened it.
The OK guy, you did something really cool this seed. Like spin was getting a spin speed everywhere. Like it was everywhere during the seed.
There's a couple
Include-
places that I do it where it loses time, but I don't care. There's stairs. I'm gonna try to spin speed there.
I don't care. You spin speed digging game. I don't care.
Yeah, it's really sloppy. Like a task does it for like 100%, and it's I think a little bit faster. It's weird. I don't know. It's hard to control. Oof.
It's cool. It's a cool set though.
176 collection rate. That's painful for how awesome
Wow.
this seed started out.
Yeah.
But man, good game, guys. I'm excited to watch this one back in a little bit. But
Yeah, same.
oh
I'm
yeah.
excited
Good
to
one.
go to bed.
Thanks for the raise, everybody. And thanks for the commentary and all that stuff. I'll catch you guys later.
Yeah, see you guys.
All right.
Definitely. See you, okay, guy.
Yeah, I feel good for like being my 6th race ever and beating Illis. It feels pretty good.
Wow, 6th race? That's awesome, dude. Wow, gee.
Yeah, the winner got 129.
Yeah, that seems about right. Ganon's Got Wild is pretty good, and it seemed like this seed was like about a 150.
Yeah. So we are gonna wrap up here. Any last thoughts from you guys?
Nah, GG's to my buddies here on the restream, and then thanks to the commentary and the tracking team as well. Great job, guys. Thanks a lot.
I want to stop slumping. Please give me better luck next time. Thanks. And yeah, also GG, and thanks guys for racing, and thanks for the commentary and tracking and restream.
Well, if Illis is slumping, I'm on fire. So as long as I'm like drawing power from Illis, I'll take it.
Oh
and
god, why?
Oh, no.
thanks for doing comms and tracking everyone. And Illis is my dad.
Great. I didn't know.
Well, looking at the schedule, beginning in a few minutes over at Speed Gaming, it is the Wind Waker Randomizer Spring Tournament between UMNS and Wuser CFG. That is one good one. over Speed Gaming 5 is currently the Super Meteoroid Dab. Over at Speed Gaming 2, it is the Final Fantasy 1 Randomizer Spring Tournament. That is also happening at Speed Gaming 4 in about 30 minutes. And coming up next here on Speed Gaming 3, it is the Super Mario Bros. Wii Any% tournament between Bronze Crank and the Switch Master. So those two are also very talented runners in those categories. So thanks so much to Cataclysm and Red Aurmir who did the tracking today. And thanks so much to Nielsen for jumping in, for being my co-commentator. I was the one who jumped in the last minute.
Well, thank you, Engels, for joining me, and GG's to our runners, and thank you to our amazing trackers.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye.